Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Sue from Ravens Escape Crafts. So welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. Oh, sorry about this light. Um, so how's everybody doing? How's it going? I'm trying to quick sneak a video in while before my kids get home from, well, my one son's coming home right after school, and so I have to quick try to sneak this video in. So I'm going to try to make one because it's been a minute. Because oh my goodness, it's been crazy around here. But that's okay because I miss you guys. So I wanted to do a video today. So here's the hood. This is the one I was working on. It's a long tail hood. It's got a long tail that goes down the back, and then this hood part. Sorry, I keep putting my black gloves in the way, and then it sits like this on your head. It's really cool. See it? And then the tail goes down the back. You can see it. Yep. So this is really cool for like cosplay or whatever. And you can wear it a bunch of different ways, but I really like it like this, where you post it. And then it kind of just goes. Sorry if you can hear my dryer buzzing in the background. So yeah, I was trying to do a quick video, and then it has this really cool edging to it with the you see it has the edges. So I'm thrilled to death with it. I think it's really neat. I'm really enjoying it, and so we're making that. I don't know if I talked to you. I don't think I have talked to you. It's been a minute. Um so because last time I talked to you was last week sometime. I don't even know if I had got my results back from my ultrasound yet. Had I? I don't know. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I was still working on this last time I talked to you. So this is done. I finished it up, and I'm gonna be putting it up in my Etsy shop. Hopefully, a couple days, day or two. I'm gonna get a chance to wash it and stuff like that. And but that's done. And I didn't get a lot done since last time I talked to you. I've been working on these guys. Look how pretty these are. These are the granny squares, the red heart granny squares. I know people, I know this is a thing. These are the red heart granny square yarn. I love this yarn, and I had picked some of this up. I showed you in a video a while ago. I had picked some of this up. I have more coming from your inspirations. I did jump on that sale I was telling you guys about, the 40% off, which is still till the 31st. So if you didn't order yet, you still have, what's today? The 30th. So if you have today or tomorrow, if you, whenever you see this video. So you have March till March 31st to put your order in. They are behind. I will tell you that right now. So if you're ordering from them, it is a really good sale. If you're in the U.S., they are behind shipping orders because obviously they've had this 40% off site wide all month long, and so they've gotten a ton of orders, I'm sure, and so they are behind shipping. So if you need it like right away, do not order from them. I am in no rush for the yarn I ordered, but I did put a pretty good size for me order in. I stocked up on some stuff. You know, I had a lot of stuff in my cart, and then I took some stuff out, and then I was watching Mikey from Crochet Crowd, and if you guys follow him, you know what he's been saying. He ordered, he ordered way more than I was gonna. He ordered, what did he say, 1,200 Canadian plus, and that was his like third order. So, yeah, I did not order near that much. Spoiler alert, but we will go through it when I get it. But I don't know when that's going to be because I did get an email over the weekend saying that they are way behind in shipping. So I just want, and I have also seen people complaining online that they ordered yarn but didn't get it. So, or not that they didn't get it, but that it hasn't shipped. And So they did send out an email over the weekend saying that your order is coming, it's just behind. So, yeah, but I was watching Mikey from Crochet Crowd, and he was saying about how, like, of course, it's 40% off site wide, and then if you sign up for their text message or email, you can get extra 10% off. I had a coupon for extra 20% off. Um, I'm not gonna make that public, but I will tell you I use the Capital One shopping app, and they automatically find coupon codes for me. So I'm just saying, you have that, you can actually get more off. So, but Mikey from Crochet Crowd was saying with, I'm not gonna get political, but with oil prices the way they are, not only is it going to cost more to ship things, um, as anybody who ships anything knows, just USPS is raising their prices another 8%. They just raised them in January, and they're raising another 8% for shipping because of for fuel. It's called fuel. Oh my God, what's the word? No, it's not surplus. You know what I'm talking about. Fuel X something. So yeah, because with things going on in the world, let me roll my eyes. Gas prices are high and oil prices are high, but not only that. So not only does it cost extra to ship, but a lot of our yarn is acrylic, which is made from plastic, which is made from oil. So the potential for, you know, as Mikey from Crochet Crowd said, and I've seen it many, 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 many times myself, when these kind of things happen, prices go up and prices don't necessarily come back down anytime soon. So, I need to get this right. So, yeah. So, it is a good time to buy. It is. It's a good time to buy. I could be wrong, but even if I'm wrong, I will use this yarn, and I got it at a good. I mean, even just getting it at the 40% off, and of course it's free shipping on top of it. I mean, that is worth its weight in gold, because yarn prices are already high. Like, goodness gracious, like some of these balls of yarn are 20 some dollars a ball, and I can go through a ball in, an afternoon sometimes. So, depending what it is, yeah. So, now some of it's a lot cheaper, but not that much cheaper anymore. Prices of yarn have gone whoo. So, and obviously I run a business off of yarn, so having stockpile is a good thing for my bottom line. So yeah, so I did put a pretty sizable for me Yarn Inspirations order in, not sizable for some people. So hopefully they get it right, and hopefully, you know, it comes sooner than later. So we'll see, I guess. But I'll let you guys know, and we'll do an unboxing. Trust, don't worry, I will do an unboxing. So like I said, I haven't really. I finished this hood, and I've been working on these granny squares. The hood took forever for me to finish. I just had some not so hot feeling days lately. It's weather changing. I don't know if anybody else has been affected by it, but like, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot. It's raining, it's damp, it's cold, it's hot, and it has been wreaking havoc on my body. And I've been having some trouble with my legs swelling and stuff for almost 2 weeks now. Well, so I had a little bit of swelling, and then I went in to have that ultrasound done, and whatever pinched in my back, I don't know what it is. ever pinched in my back, my freaking legs have been swollen ever since. And I know everybody's like, oh, it's salt, it's this, it's that, you need to do this and that. But it's like, it's when my back is swollen, my legs don't, my legs swell. So whatever's going on in there, I don't think it's a food related. I think it's more, let's put it this way. I don't think it's the workings as much as the, all right. Because, like, okay, let's put it this way. I have tried when my legs swell up. I've tried all the different, like, diuretic stuff. I've tried, of course, caffeine. I've tried the green tea. I've tried the turmeric and the ginger. I've tried the cinnamon. I've tried all of these together. I've tried them in pill form. I've tried them in tea form. I've tried the dandelion. I've tried dandelion in pills, in like capsules. I've tried the dandelion teas. I have tried eating the dandelion, like eating dandelion, not like the flowers, obviously. The plant. I have tried all of it. I have tried. And when they swell, that doesn't help. So that tells me that it's like, that the stuff is getting trapped in my legs and it's just not coming out, when I get my back swells up and stuff like that. So that's why I think it's, and again, I am going to doctors. I just can't get anybody to help. So yeah, so I think it's more of a mechanical problem, let's call it, than a what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. Because, like, again, I have cut out all sugar drinks. I don't drink any sugar drinks. I rarely drink a soda. I do drink a soda here and there. Less than once a month. And it's always a diet soda. But yeah, I know even diet soda is bad for you. But I've cut that out to less than once a month. I drink primarily water and green tea, coffee, of course. I can't give up my coffee, but and rare occasion, like some, not rare occasion. It's from time to time. I've been getting the low or no sugar cranberry juice because I really like cranberry juice. That's it. Water. Probably water is my number one. Green tea is my number two. Believe it or not. Coffee. And then cranberry juice on occasion. It's the low sugar, low everything one, or no sugar one. And occasionally a soda. Like I said, I had a soda 2 weeks ago, and that was the first one I had. I couldn't tell you the last time. And it's always diet soda. So if I drink soda, it is always diet. And I drink a lot too. I drink a lot. I drink. This is ice water. 40 ounce. And I drink at least 2 of these a day. Now, sometimes I put my iced tea in them. I do drink iced tea from time to time. And, but I at least drink 2 full of these a day. Sometimes closer to 3. So it's not like I'm not drinking enough fluid either. I don't know. But like I said, it's always when my back is bothering me that I get this, or when I have cramps. So if that's TMI, then I'm sorry. But yeah. But yes, that's that. Yeah, I've been trying to come up. Of course, now I'm making all these granny squares. And, you know, the worst part for me, I don't know if any of you guys deal with this, is like sorry, this hood's acting a fool. Oop, it's a little too low now. But so like of course when I first pulled these two things of grit, so I have been working on. I have a lot. I have these and all these. So all these are done. I just have whatever's left on this ball to finish. And of course, when I pulled these two balls out to work on them, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" You know, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it down. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I have so many ideas of what to do with granny squares, and now here I am, like almost done with them. Can't think of some of them. I should have written it down. I should have written it down because I had a whole bunch of ideas. Like, oh well, I'll dig this, and that'll take up like a lot of these squares, and then I'm gonna make this, and that'll take up a lot of. Do you think I can think of it? No. I know I was originally gonna make leg warmers. I saw leg warmers made out of these, but now I'm like, we're spring. Like, is anybody gonna want leg warmers? You know what I mean? Like, are we past leg warmer season? So I do want to make a bag, at least one bag, probably maybe more than one. Probably a belt pouch because those are cute and those are for Renaissance stuff. What else was I gonna say? I forget what else I wanted to make. That's the worst part. I forget. I don't remember what I was gonna make with like. I had like a bunch of really good ideas, especially with these lighter white ones. I don't remember. I don't remember. Do you guys do that? You know, I mean, I attribute some of it to perimenopause, some of it to just being in pain all the stupid time. That does not help anything. Uh, you know, it does not help anything, especially not my mental function. My mental capacity to remember things. Ugh. It's like if I don't write them down anymore, gone. And I think some of it is the pain because like I get it's hard to concentrate with when you're in constant pain. And I saw a thing the other day and they were talking about how like the reason why like if you have a lot of pain that you're so tired all the time is because your body never gets to relax. Your body never gets to fully like relax because it's still in pain overnight. And so that's why no matter how much you try to get sleep, you feel like tired all the time. And I can totally get that. I mean, not only that, but like, I know it takes me forever to fall asleep because I'm in pain all the time. It takes me and then, of course, if I wake up in the middle of the night, which I always do, then I can't get back to sleep. You know, usually I'll wake up either because I have to pee but more likely because I'm laying on my side and my hip starts to hurt or my back starts to hurt. So then I go to like roll over and now I'm wide awake. I hate that. Ugh. You know, and so like I said, it just sucks. I need to get more sleep sometimes. Ugh. You know, and then I get mad at myself because I'm sitting here at like 11 o'clock, like, not enough, not enough, not enough. Like, ugh. And then it's like, but then I know, like, you only got 4 or 5 hours of sleep last night. You're tired. You're allowed to be tired. You know, and like I said, they were saying, you know, like, when you're in constant pain, you don't get that REM sleep, that really good, restful, restorative sleep, which is why, you know, you get sick easier, you're tired all the time, your body doesn't get to, like, heal and actually rest, which is why you're mentally tired all the time. It makes sense. It makes sense to me. So, I'm just tired. And I've been like that for years. I remember growing up, my mom used to say to me, why don't you just record? Now, we're going back a minute. We're going back a minute. So don't judge. But my mom used to say, you should get a tape recorder and tape record yourself saying, I'm tired. And then you could just play it all the time while you walk around and you could save yourself some words. Sort of. She used to say that all the time. All the time. This is the same woman who, like, especially like in high school, of course, I used to stay up really late talking on the phone and with my friends, and then I was tired all the time. I was. And, but yet, she'd yell at me for not getting, like, oh, well, if you went to bed at a decent hour, if you went to bed at a decent hour, if you went to bed at a decent hour. But then I would actually have like a day off of work and off of like, whatever activity I was doing at school at the time. And I would try to sleep in on a Saturday morning. Oh, for heaven forbid. I get woken up. Are you going to sleep the whole day? I'm like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. And this is when I used to work with my dad until like Friday nights. We used to work till usually 11, 12, midnight, whatever. And that was after going to school all day long and stuff like that. We used to work till pretty late. Like 11 or 12, depending. Sometimes 1:30, depending if we had a lot to make. And so I'd like on Saturday morning I'd be like, oh my god, I'm gonna sleep in, because my part-time job I only worked. We started at like either 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So Saturday mornings I could sleep in. Yeah. So I wouldn't get home, like I said, until, if we worked till 12, we wouldn't get home until 12:30. So I would get cleaned up because I smelled like food. And so like till I got cleaned up, brushed my teeth, washed my face and everything, and cleaned up a little bit, like so I didn't stink, to go to sleep, and went to bed. It was like 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, depending. And then if I was like still kind of wide awake from working, I would be 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then when it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, she'd get me up. Are you gonna sleep the whole day? Are you gonna sleep the whole day? Like, no, but I was gonna get like at least try to get 8 hours, And then I'd be like, I'm tired. And she'd be like, you should just record yourself saying I'm tired, and then you don't have to say it so much. Oh, childhood trauma, right? But anyways, my husband and I were talking about, so we're going on a trip today. My husband and I were talking over the weekend about, so I've been lactose intolerant, okay, forever. As a kid, I didn't. Okay, let's start over. I'm not severely lactose intolerant, okay? I know there's people who have milk allergies. I know there's people who are severely lactose intolerant. I am not severely lactose intolerant. I am what they call like mildly lactose intolerant. So like if I drink milk, my stomach's gonna be bloated as heck. Ice cream, bloated. I might have some issues. We'll just call them issues. We know what they are. I might have some issues with ice cream. Yogurt only bothers me a little bit. Cheese, I say it doesn't, but it does a little bit. I love cheese too much to give it up. But milk really does. And like creamed soups, like cream of mushroom, cream of broccoli, clam, New England clam chowder, stuff like that. Oof, they wreak havoc on my stomach. Anything like warm, milky, oof, oof, they really leave me not fit for human consumption. Do you know what I'm saying? Even like scalloped potatoes. I love scalloped potatoes, but all that milk, like cheesy broccoli rice, stuff like that, that you add the milk to, or the noodles, Alfredo sauce. Yeah, anything warm, it hits my stomach hard. Now, again, I know a lot of people have way worse, because I can still eat that stuff. I just pay for it. And as anybody with a slight food issue, wait, hold on. All right, sorry, my son was texting me. I have no idea what I was talking about. I completely lost track of what I was telling you guys about. I don't know. It's okay. We'll move on. Um, so, oh, I know what we're talking about. So my husband and I were talking over the weekend about experiences. Oh, we were talking about. I was telling you about milk. So, long story. I'm sorry, I got way off topic there. My husband bought me almond milk, and because I really like almond milk, like in my coffee and stuff like that. In my like when I go to if I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I always get cold brew with just almond milk and no creamer or no sugar or sweeteners or anything like that, because I love the taste of coffee, but I do like a little bit of cream in there. So my husband bought me some almond milk, and I had some cereal with it over the weekend, and I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I've just been lactose intolerant my whole life, so I didn't realize how much the milk was causing me the stomach pain when I ate cereal. I don't eat cereal a lot, and I'm very picky because it can't be squishy. I don't like squishy foods. I just can't do squishy stuff. So I mainly only eat granola for breakfast, which is good because, fiber. Um, so I really only eat granola, and I don't like all these like funky granolas. I just like plain granola with almonds in it. That's it. Plain granola. So I had the granola with almonds and the almond milk. Oh my god, it was so good, and my stomach didn't hurt afterward. And so that got us on this long talk about how when we were kids, like we didn't really drink water. And to think how much water I drink now, how much water my kids drink now. Little water we drank when we were kids, like it was funny because we both grew up. Obviously, we're just a couple years apart, and I was talking about how like yeah, we were never like my mom made always had like a container of like drink for us in the fridge. Now, he had Kool-Aid and stuff like that. We were not allowed to have Kool-Aid. He drank almost exclusively powdered iced tea and Kool-Aid. And we, on the other hand, my mom didn't let us have iced tea because my brother was hyper, and she didn't want him having caffeine. So we weren't allowed to have iced tea or tea of any sort. We could have hot herb tea if we wanted it, but that was primarily when we were sick. So with trauma, I don't want to drink that unless I'm sick. And then, so I never enjoyed a cup of tea, hot of herbal tea. And then she would make Tang. Oh, ugh, I drank so much Tang as a kid. Ugh, I still taste it. Tang, iced tea, or not iced tea, Tang, or she would do, what's it called? The concentrates sometimes in the freezer section. She would make like apple juice, cranberry juice. We never had like a bottle of apple juice or like a. It was always the concentrates, and occasionally she would get us the Country Time lemonade, the off-brand Country Time lemonade mix, the powder mix. So yeah, we drank mostly powdered drinks and no real like no real drinks as kids. And we were telling the kids that, and they're like, "You didn't drink water?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." Like, I, and now, and of course, my husband's like, "Well, we drank water from the hose." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that was different." I'm like, "I drink water from the stream. I drink water from the hose, but I didn't drink water at the house." Oh my god! But milk, my mom used to, oh my goodness, force us to drink milk. I had to drink in the morning before school. I had to have a cup of milk and a cup of orange juice. Right after I brushed my teeth. Yeah. Uh, and orange juice and milk sitting in my tummy with, and then I had to have a bowl of cereal. We're not talking like high school. We're talking like when I was younger. When we came down in the morning, she made us have a bowl of cereal with milk, of course, and then a cup of milk and a cup of juice and our Flintstone vitamins. Don't forget the Flintstones. So yeah. So of course I went to school every day with my stomach killing me because she was like, "Well, you need your milk. You're gonna grow up. If we want to grow up big and strong, you need your milk." You know. And then with dinner, we didn't have water. We had milk. And I didn't like milk that much. As I got a little bit older, I really couldn't stomach milk, so I used to put ice cubes in my milk. So I had to have milk with ice cubes in it for dinner. Yeah, skim milk with ice cubes. It was the closest thing to water I could get. So, yeah. And then, of course, like I said, the rest of the time we could drink like the Tang. As a treat, every once in a while, she used to get us Five Alive, but we were not allowed to have like anything else. Now my husband had high C and Kool Aid, and he had what's the other one that we weren't allowed to have? Hawaiian Punch. We did occasionally were allowed to get Capri Suns or Hugs, which again I don't understand. The woman was so heck bent on us not having sugar things. His soda was like, that was like gold when we were kids. My gosh. Um, the only time we got soda was like on the rare occasion my mom was in the mood for soda. She would open up a big glass bottle of A Treat, and we'd get a little cup of it. Or if we went out to dinner, which was not often as a kid because we didn't have a lot of money. Um, on the rare occasion we would go out for dinner, like we go to a diner. That was our fancy dinners out. We could get a soda, one soda, no refills, just one soda, and then we could switch to water. There we could have water. I don't understand. You just wonder what was going through her head. Do you know what I'm saying? Like she was so worried about us. My brother with his hyperactivity and worried about me getting fat. It's no wonder I have issues with stuff. But yeah, so I so since I'm a kid, I have not drank a cup of milk. Not ever, never, never. Not ever. Now, like I said, I get plenty of cheese, ice cream, stuff like that. Plenty of cheese. And stuff like, and milk in my cereal, and yogurt, sour cream. I get plenty of dairy, but I have not had forced down a cup of milk since I'm a kid. Couldn't do it. Now I might be able to drink this almond milk, but I don't know. Because it tastes a lot like milk if you ask me. And I still remember being forced to drink the milk because my mom would say, "Would you want holes in your bones? Do you want every broken bone in your body because you don't get enough calcium?" Because that's what they thought back. That was the milk does the body good, you know. Ugh. How things change. It's funny, you know what I mean? It's like every time somebody talks about science, it's like, do you know how many things were so bad for you when I was a kid that are not bad for you anymore? And so many things that were healthy when I was a kid that are terrible for you now? It's mind blowing, you know? Oh my, just mind blowing. The difference in what we think is healthy now compared to then on both sides of the aisle, you know? I mean, because I've been through the eggs are terrible for you, eggs are good for you, eggs are terrible for you, eggs are good for you, they're terrible for you, they're good for you, they're terrible for you, they're good for you. Butter. No, use margarine because margarine's better for you. Oh, no, margarine's terrible for you. Use butter. Oh, no, use olive oil instead of butter. And then, oh, no, now olive oil's not as good as, but I don't know. I wonder what to believe sometimes. You know what I mean? I just, anybody who's over the age of, I'm going to say 40, that doesn't have issues with food, God bless, because some kind of issue with food, because we've just been through, and anybody older has been through even more. You know what I mean? Like, what's healthy, what's not healthy. You don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's things that are not healthy. Obviously there's things we eat that we know are not healthy. I know it's never going to come out that eating a Cheeto is good for you. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen where they're like, oh my God, all these years we told you cake and donuts were terrible and you should eat all the cake and donuts you want. Vegetables are terrible. Although, currently, I wouldn't put it past. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the health departments and stuff, I wouldn't put it past them. I don't. But yeah. So I just thought that was funny. I wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was funny that, like, we almost never drank water unless we were stuck outside, which happened a lot. But even then, we weren't, like, allowed to come in and, like, get a cup of water. We were, we could come in and get, like, some Tang. But, we weren't supposed to come in and, like, just get a cup of water. And now that's like, it's like, did you drink enough water? You drink enough water? We have bottles that mark, like, the 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 12 o'clock. And, yeah, that was not the case. My kids now, which, again, I think is amazing, because my kids go to school with a water bottle. Now, don't get me wrong, of course we drank water at school because we had the water fountains, which we always knew were problematic. Let's face it, come on. Everybody who went to school with a water fountain, knew those kids who put their lips right on it. Like, you're supposed to keep your mouth, but they had to put their lips right on the freaking water. Yeah. Because you don't spread germs like that, We all knew kids that did that. And then we got to drink out of it too because we were thirsty as heck. And there was not an option for a water bottle filler like they have now. So, I'm glad that my kids have water bottles and that their schools have water bottle fillers where you can fill your water bottle at any point in time with cold water. I think that's really freaking awesome. And I'm glad for that. And we just didn't, and to the people, every time I see people talk about that, like, we went to school without water bottles and we were just fine. And I'm like, and you can't tell me that back then, had there been that you could bring a water bottle to school, that that you could have actually had drink in your classroom, you wouldn't have done it. You can't tell me that wouldn't have been a thing. You cannot tell me. I would have jumped all over that crap, especially when it got hot out and we were sitting in those sweltering classrooms. And you were like, can I please go get a drink? Can I please go get a drink? You had to walk halfway down the hall or over into the next hall so you get to the freaking closest water fountain. No. If you were alive back then and they had water bottles, you would have had a water bottle. Just so it annoys me. Nothing annoys me. It drives me nuts because I mean I will say I'm at an age where I do on occasion say back in my day. But you know, it's usually to tell my kids like this is how it used to be. Not that it was better. You know? There are things that are better. I have a better yarn selection now. A lot better than I used to be able to get. I remember when I first, so we'll pull this back around and then we're going to let you guys go. I remember when I first started crocheting and knitting. Well, so when I was a kid, I did needlepoint and stuff, and I did loom knitting, I guess it was. I guess you would consider it loom knitting. It was a little different than the looms we have now, but I did make pieces with it. And but I remember back then, and now everybody might have a different, but you could get yarn at like the 5 and 10, like Woolworth kind of thing, and you could get it at like, I think I'm gonna say you could get it at like Kmart. I think. I know there was one of those like chain stores where you could get basic yarn at and stuff like that, but they have fabric and stuff too. I don't remember, but I know we used to get some yarn at the 5 and 10 at the Woolworth kind of place. Because I remember my grandmother taking me there for that kind of stuff. She took me there for like a lot of my crafty stuff, and I got because I used to get my things to make the pot holders there too. But I know she got me yarn there too, and I know because my dad did a ton of needlepoint, and he used to get his yarn one of those places. I can't remember which one. But yeah, so, and then I kind of like, I did it when I was younger, and then like, I'm going to say teens through early 20s, I did not do a ton of yarn work. I've never not crafted. I've had times when I was a lot busier with working 3 jobs or so, or going to school working 2 jobs, where I didn't do as much crafting, and of course then I was getting into dating, and I did not do as much crafting. But then once I got back into crafting in my mid-20s, there was still, well, there was the local craft stores. Like, there was one big yarn store near me that I wasn't aware of at the time, to be honest with you. And then there was the craft stores. There was like Michael's, Joann's. I think Joann's was around then. AC Moore was AC Moore was the main one I went to. I don't know that we had a Michael's at the time. I don't think so. I know I used to go to AC Moore a lot. That was my go-to for yarn. Does anybody remember AC Moore? Still remember. And then online, the only places, well, no, I'm sorry. Not online. I did not order online back then. Back then I got catalogs. Okay? I used to catalog order. And we used to catalog order through Mary Maxim and Hirschner's. And there was a third one that I haven't seen. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. But that's when I got back into knitting and crochet. Or into knitting and crochet. I had never really done knitting and crochet at the time. Those were where I got most of my yarn. I got it at the AC Moore. That's where I primarily got my yarn, and then Hershey's and Mary Maxim had some of the specialty yarns that I was looking for that I couldn't find in my local stores. I don't think. I think. I'm trying to remember if Walmart was around. I mean, obviously they were around, but I'm trying to remember if they were around here that I went shopping for yarn there. I think so. Walmart's never been my go-to for yarn though. Never ever. I don't know. There was like I said, there was a local yarn store that's sadly gone long now. There's another bigger one that's pretty not too close to me. That one's huge. That was a ton, but it's a lot more pricey yarns and stuff like that. So yeah, there's not too many local yarn stores around here. There's a couple that I found, but yeah, I used to order from Mary Maxim and Hershey's, and I ordered. I mean, like I liked Hershey's and Mary Maxim because they had all the different kinds of crafts, and I always liked trying all kind of new kinds of crafts. You know, I did wreaths and I did oh my gosh, counted cross stitch and tatting and I don't know, all sorts of different stuff I tried over the years. All sorts of pottery, painting, and craft painting and all sorts of things. And you know, I've always loved me a craft store. And Dick Blickeret was around here then too. We had their headquarters in Emmaus, near me, so I used to go there a lot for stuff too. So, all right, I have talked long enough. I'm going to let you guys go, but I miss you guys, and I don't know when I'm going to get to talk to you again because the kids are going to be home every day this week, because today's their only full day of school, and then they're home at 11 o'clock the next 2 days, and then after that they're off until next Wednesday. And of course Saturday we have an Easter thing. Sunday's Easter, so I don't know when I'm gonna get back here. I'm gonna try. We'll see. Sometimes they go in their rooms and they hide, but we'll see when I get back and see what I get done. That's the hard part. And I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys are doing good. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I better get going before these for I have this sweet spot between my 8 leaves and when the kids get home. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Do something good for yourself today. And as always, choose love every day. Bye, everybody.